Hello, my beautiful babies. This is a mini vlog about our newest episode on Greater Creators, Stanley Kubrick. What started out as a 15-minute episode eventually spiraled into a hour-long 3-part episode. It wasn't really planned to be like that at the beginning, but that's what it turned into, and I'm really proud of it. Altogether, like I said, it's about an hour worth of everything you wanted to know about Stanley Kubrick. I personally put a ton of research in on this episode because you know that Stanley Kubrick is my boy. So I wanted to really get in there, talk about everything.
Teacher, why do you like Stanley Kubrick so much?
Well, I like Stanley Kubrick because, by the way, Space Prince here.
Oh, hi.
I like Stanley Kubrick because he's just a fucking genius. He's just a fucking genius. He's just a fucking genius. Every single movie he made was a completely different genre, just about, except for his first couple films. They're completely different genres. He genre hopped. Every time he did it, he reinvented it. I mean, he raised the bar in so many ways. It was just amazing. The technological achievements that he made in his art was just fucking crazy. I mean, that guy, he's a classic, and you can go back and you can watch his films over and over again and find new things every time. And I love him. I have a crush on a dead person. I love Stanley Kubrick. I would really like to talk to him because I think he's really smart and really talented. I have a thing for talent, and I like him. I like his talent. I like his movies.
So you're actually attracted to Stanley Kubrick, who has been dead for 18 years.
Maybe a little bit. You know what? I got a lot of old man crushes. I'm not afraid to admit it. I got a lot of dead guy crushes too, and he's one of them. So.
Now I see that the tagline on this episode is the greatest film director. Do you believe that that's true?
Well, art is subjective, so you can't really quantify that statement, you know what I'm saying? But he is one of the greatest filmmakers of all time, definitely. He's not, I don't know if I would say the greatest, but there isn't the greatest. There isn't one person, but he definitely brought the medium a long fucking way on his own, working outside the studio system, doing things his way. I mean, that's really the thing that I admire the most about him, is that he didn't get involved in all of the politics of Hollywood. He didn't get involved in the celebrity culture and all that bullshit. In fact, he moved to fucking England and stayed the fuck away from Hollywood and was notorious for not giving interviews and was labeled a recluse because of that. But it wasn't because he was a recluse. It was because he just didn't give a fuck, He just didn't give a fuck. And all he had was time for his art, He did not have time for fucking bullshit. In Hollywood, there's a lot of bullshit going on out here, all right? There's a lot of bullshit. This is fucking circus. So, Stanley Kubrick, he's a fucking man. He made a lot of fucking good movies. I watch him a lot. I always find new things to think about.
Teacher, what do you think you admire most about Stanley Kubrick? If you had to pick just one thing.
If I had to pick one thing, I would say that I love his authenticity. He's so fucking authentic. His movies are vehicles for his fucking vision, not some fucking board back at Paramount or Sony or whatever the fuck, I mean, it was just his movies with his stamp on it that he masterminded, and it's very pure, In a lot of films today, they don't have that purity. They don't have that vision, And he worked, like I said, outside the Hollywood system and was just so fucking good that people just, studios kept letting him make movies, and they're like, oh, we'll do whatever you want, Stanley. And it's oh my God, what a position of power. How did he secure such a position of power within such a fucking retarded Game of Thrones backwards ass industry like Hollywood, fuck. But he did. It was crazy. He's the best. He's just the man.
Wow, you've really gotten me sure pumped on your Greater Creator Stanley Kubrick 3-part series. Where can I check it out?
Well, Space Brain, you can check it out on go90.com, or you can download the app on your phone, Go90 app.
Now, I saw a lot of people asking this question, and I have it myself. Why did you not just choose to make Greater Creators on YouTube with the rest of your other shows?
Well, I talked a little bit with Bleeding Cool about this, but to paraphrase, I would say that the reason that we did Greater Creators for Go90 was the fact that they paid us to do it. And we don't have the money to create that sort of shit with ad revenue on YouTube. So really, that's like the whole thing.
Oh, ad revenue on YouTube is not good enough?
No, it's not. It's nothing. It's nothing. Especially now, after all the fucking major advertisers are pulled out. I mean, I haven't even looked at my ad revenue. I don't want to know.
Oh, I did hear in the news that a lot of other YouTubers' ad revenue has dropped 75% due to the advertiser boycott. That sounds like a real problem.
Well, there's two reasons why we did this show on Go90. One was because we couldn't afford to do this on YouTube with just ad revenue. You know, Machinima footed the bill. Go90 gave them money, and then Machinima gave us money. But then also, the reason why I did this show on Go90 was because I needed a practice show, because we can work out all the kinks, the mistakes, make the mistakes now, so then when we make our pilot for our new narrative show that we want to do without anybody's funding, we want to make sure that we don't fuck that up. So this was practice.
Oh, you're making your own pilot show?
Yes, that's actually the plan. We haven't really talked about this a lot, but our plan is to, this year, hopefully, if we do well, we can have some extra money, put that aside, and then be able to create our own pilot with our own money without anybody's dumb ideas involved. Because anytime you bring in a producer partner with money, then they can tell you what to do because they're footing the bill, so they can tell you what to do. But like, if you pay for it yourself, then like nobody has to tell you what to do, and then you can just do whatever you want, and then people will be like, oh my God, this is so great, and they won't ruin it, and then they'll come to you versus you coming to them.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So just like what Stanley Kubrick used to do.
Yeah, actually, kind of. I mean,
were you inspired by Stanley Kubrick to try to pursue this plan?
Yes, a little bit. I just love how much power he secured for himself as a creative, you know, and I want to be able to kind of have that as well. Because he believed that the studios and producers and Hollywood doesn't really know what the fuck's going on, and that he knew better. And that's also what I believe.
Since we're on the subject of Greater Creators, how many episodes of Greater Creators did you create?
We created 14 episodes. 3 of those are about Stanley Kubrick, and it equates to about 4 hours of content. So, it's a lot of content. That's a lot of content, let me tell you.
Oh man, was it hard to make?
Yes. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. And it left me a shell of a person. I'm just now coming out of it. I'm just now becoming a person again. Just now getting my life back on track.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it kind of derailed my whole life for a while there. That's why I had to leave YouTube for 3 months, and that was not the plan. That was not the plan. That's not what I agreed to.
Oh.
Yeah, the plan was, oh, you know, these other people will help you out, and then they sucked. And we had to do it all ourselves. It's fine. It's fine. I learned a lot.
But the show came out good, though?
Oh, the show came out great. I'm really proud of the show. But it took a lot. It was a very Herculean task to get it done in the amount of time that we had. So, you know, it's a lot.
Greater Creators on Go90.
Greater Creators on Go90. I'm glad it's over. I learned what I needed to learn. I learned that I never need to fuck with studios ever again. And I need to just find ways to fund myself.
Oh, before we go, I have an ad that I'd like to do. TunnelBear VPN. TunnelBear, like other VPNs, has the ability to bypass content blocking in most countries. Content that is region-locked, that are available in some countries but not in others, can be viewed with a VPN because the service spoofs your location. A VPN also prevents your ISP from monitoring your online activity, so it makes everything you do online much safer. You can tunnel from just about anywhere in the world. TunnelBear allows the user to appear in one of 20 different countries and uses AES 128-bit encryption. When connected, the user's actual IP address will not be visible to the websites visited. This could be very useful for certain shows that you might want to watch that are region-locked. And it's free for up to 500 megabytes. That's TunnelBear VPN.